The working week might only be 2 days old, but there's certainly no shortage of talking points in politics. Joining us for our political panel this morning is the Deputy Prime Minister, ACT Leader David Seymour. Good morning, good to see you.
Good morning, you too.
And Greens co-leader Marama Davidson is with us this morning as well. Morena, good to see you, Marama.
Kia ora, Ryan, morena.
Hey, let's start with the capital gains tax. Marama, I know you guys have said doesn't go far enough. Is there do the Greens have a sort of a bottom line on tax? Would it have to be more than this before you'd sign up to anything? Otherwise, what's the point?
Well, what we've had for decades, Ryan, is an economy that hasn't worked for working people. And Labour's narrow CGT does not go far enough to address that. We have now got people who are struggling to pay their energy bills, put kai on the table, their rent and mortgage. Anything else on top of that is a struggle. While in just 1 year, the wealthiest family in this country could make more in their sleep than the entirety of Labour's CGT proposal. That's not good enough, Ryan. The people know that is unjust, the people know that is unfair, and we could properly put the revenue raise under our Greens plan back into education system, health system, free GPs, not just 3 of them a year, but ongoing, free dental care, free early childhood education, and ensuring our communities have what they need to live good lives.
Marama, you mentioned the richest family in New Zealand. David, does the richest family in New Zealand need 3 free doctor's visits?
Well, I mean, once you start talking about what other people need, what you're really saying is we've decided what your goals should be, because you only need something if you want to achieve a goal, and I think we should try and get away from that, but look, that's a side point. A few things about this policy. On the doctor's visits, we already have free or subsidised visits for under 14s and community service card holders. It's not obvious why it's a priority to make sure that higher income adults get free doctor's visits. In fact, I would argue the opposite. People value something when they pay for it, and I think if you can make a contribution to something, then you actually should.
Do you, just to hold for a second there, David, do you agree with that, Marama? I mean, it is weird, isn't it? That
John
Key and the Mowbrays will be getting 3 free doctor's visits?
1 in 6 New Zealanders, Ryan, puts off going to the doctors because of the high costs. And now when that happens, for that family, for that person, that can head into far more serious illness. It has an even bigger impact on our health system.
I agree with you.
People in our emergency departments.
No, I totally understand the logic.
Good.
But I understand the logic, but as David said, we have community services cards, we have repeat user cards, we have gift vouchers if you turn up to an ED and you be sent to an after-hours care. So I guess, David, why is that stuff not working?
Well, you're arguing that it's not working. I'm not sure that that's the point. I think one of the issues is that we have underfunded GPs for some time for everybody, and what we've done as a government this year is increase the capitation for a GP clinic by 14%, by about $160 million a year. We've just done that from June this year. That's something that my party campaigned on, and we succeeded, and we've fixed that because it matters so much to New Zealanders. But I make a wider point that if you look at New Zealand's government taxes as a portion of the economy, we are actually higher than the developed country average. We tax a lot more of the economy in New Zealand than the Australians do. We tax $34 out of every 100 goes in government taxes of some form. In Australia, they take $29. Now, that's without a capital gains tax. The underlying argument of this policy is that the government doesn't have enough revenue, so it needs another tax. Yet, we tax far more than Australia and slightly more than the average developed country.
Yeah.
We're not actually a low tax country.
You haven't sorted out the problem, David, despite being the party that said it would, of cutting the size of government to the point where we don't need to be increasing taxes.
Well, I disagree with that.
Well, how big is it now compared to when you came in?
It's become larger for three reasons.
How many state employees have we got now than when you came in?
About 10,000 less if you consider that we've hired a lot more nurses, a lot more teacher aides and a lot more prison guards. We've had to cut a lot more than you may realise in order to achieve that.
You haven't Javier Malayed the place, have you?
I beg your pardon?
You haven't Malayed the place like in Argentina.
Oh, stop it, Ryan. You know,
But you know,
this is
the argument though.
But I make the point.
If we don't cut government, then we do need to increase tax.
Well, I disagree with that. Our government is saving all over the show. I mean, fun fact for you, if you want to have fun, you know, of the people who voted ACT last time, on average, you saved $50,000 just from the savings that the ACT Party has made across the government. We've saved $13–14 billion through ACT Party initiatives in this government. So I think we can say we've done our bit. Would we like to do more? Yes.
All right. Marama, sorry, I want to bring Marama back in here. I was going to ask you about Te Pati.
Doing so well.
I was going to ask you both about Te Pati Maori. Shall we? You can skip this one though. Do we just skip over Te Pati Maori this week?
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Although I tell you one thing that's kind of funny is they're always talking about tikanga and how it's important to do things the right way. Now they're all running off to lawyers and they've decided that the colonial legal system is quite good after all.
All right, very good. Marama, fireworks. There are, I'm told, 3 petitions before Parliament at the moment to ban fireworks. Do you guys have or do you personally have a strong view on it? Do you think they should go?
You know what, Ron, I was thinking about this. Here in Wellington at my house, we have kaka coming to the balcony many every single day. In Auckland, in my home in Manurewa, we have a ruru every night that goes from our front tree to our back tree in the garden. And we've been able to sit with our mokopuna in our backyard and our children and marvel and admire the beauty of our native wildlife. I think the big public displays are far more managed and controlled than the retail sales, which allow for that smaller private use, which leads to accidents, spooking our pets, our beloved animals, but also our horses and wild native birds. I would rather, I can gift to my children and my mokopuna the fun and the marvel of our natural world, and we can, you know, we can leave the fireworks to the big controlled displays.
Yeah, I think it sounds a bit reasonable, especially if you've got kaka at your house. That's pretty cool. Marama, what about you, David?
Well, I hear it every year, and I know there's people who are worried about pets and animals, but also there's something special about a New Zealand childhood that you don't get elsewhere, that you can light your own fireworks. Now, granted, most of the cool ones have been banned in the course of my lifetime, but you know, I know it's easy to say, oh, we want to ban it and we care, but also just think about that Kiwi childhood, which I think is being eroded in a lot of ways. Having a little bit of fun with a family once a year is not the end of the world.
We used to shoot them at each other, and if you hit the flesh, you got more points. Did you guys ever play that game?
Oh, of course not. That sounds very irresponsible, right?
It was fun. It was dangerous, but it was fun.